welcome to yet another cube draft. Pretty trash first pack again. No mana acceleration, and although JIT is good, do we really want to go creatures? Man, we've been trying to avoid creatures so often now. With good reason, to be honest. I think Lightning Strike might be the better card. Lightning Strike or maybe Enlightened Tutor. Maybe just pick something stupid like a fetch. Nah, I don't like red, to be honest. Like, Dungeon Geist is the only blue card. This is one of the only black cards. I think Jude is still the better card though, but like, I'm just not a fan of creature decks in this format. I'm sorry. Still have to pick Jit. The other card could have been Progentis maybe, but meh. There's Necromancy, which is okay. There's Mishra's Workshop, which is fun, but like, is it really possible? Doubt so. Don't want to be green. Shriekmaw is an okay card, just creature removal. Brainstorm probably is the better card though. It's blue. It's not a creature, but it's blue. Might as well pick a blue card. If we get some fetches, like the first pack did have a bunch of fetches, then Brainstorm increases in value. Like the more fetch, more shuffle effects, like not just fetch, the more shuffle effects you have, the better it becomes. This is an interesting pack. Like True Name Nemesis is definitely a good creature. Channel is definitely a good card. This does commit me to blue, and somewhat in the creature archetype, where I don't really want to be. I think Channel has a better upside, but then again, green is so weak here. Green is so weak. Like, this pack is just trash though. I think True Name Nemesis is too fair. Let's pick up a Channel. True Name Nemesis, a fair deck? Not for me, bro. Maybe we go like Green Ramp again. We did that before, right? With somewhat of reanimation. I'm not sure anymore. No, we had like show. No, we didn't have show and tell. Like, how did we do it then? Oh, we had Ode of Druids. Oh my god, we can try getting that again. It's usually wheels. It's pretty good. Maybe we go for Signet here. Although Gilded Lotus is good as well. Not a big fan of Tron, although you know it is green. We could also go Tezzeret, which is actually probably better. Like, we are gonna be trying to pick up artifacts. It's good with Jit as well. Though as soon as this is a creature, you can no longer equip it, by the way. But Tezzeret is a fine card. Yeah, Ode of Druids. I think we did that, right? Like, Ode of Druids, and then we had reanimation with it. I'm not sure how it worked. Like, we did have Ode of Druids and Sneak Attack. Ode of Druids, Sneak Attack, that was the deck. We did go 3-0 with that, I think. Yeah, we did, and just upload that today, to be honest. So should actually know that. Given that that is our game plan, is Imperial Seal worth it, or is it just Diabolic Edict or Counterspell maybe? Go more blue. Counterspell is a strong card. So is Lutheran Core. Diabolic Edict is also strong, as is Imperial Seal. But I think Counterspell is a bit better. Like Imperial Seal, you also have Vampiric Tutor, maybe one of the two wheels. Lutheran Core, the fact that it's a creature makes it a bit worse. Imperial Seal, if it was a sorcery it would be bonkers, but it isn't. Here we have Kozilek, which I think we want. We still need ways to cast it. But I mean, we do want cards like Kozilek here. Especially if we have Channel already. So yeah, let's pick that one up. What are we passing? Rakdos Signet, and that's about it, right? I just hope no one else has the same idea that I have here. I guess Heartbeat is doable. The problem is that it also gives your opponent all the mana. And there's also Serendipity against some decks. Like, if you don't get Ode, then this is a good backup plan. So we'll do that. Like, pick some cards, like in those cases, pick some cards just in case we need a backup plan. Usually need a backup plan. like you can't just win on oath alone. Like Tezzeret is a solid secondary plan. Show and tell is another good plan. Eureka is a decent plan, not a great one. Show and tell isn't either. Like anything that lets your opponent also put things into play, I dislike. Just the truth. Like I don't know why, it just is. I would also prioritize Fix really high. But I think Ponder here is a bit better than the Ors of Signet. Like yes, it fixes my black, but I'm not gonna be playing white. And Ponder is just a good card. So I'll pick that one. Not really passing up anything else here. So Dungeon Geist Wield, which is meh, but again, I think we need it as a backup plan. Green Sun's in it, we're not gonna be casting. Progentis also seems viable though. Like if we can bring in Progentis with Oath, but we can never hardcast it, so we always have to reshuffle it. It's still worth it. Let's go for the Necromancy then. Go somewhat of a reanimation team if we can. I guess him versus Desecration Demon versus Wasteland. If we go black, then him is really good. Else Wasteland, but we are gonna go 3 colors most likely. So might as well. Well, we might not be playing him and like put it to the sideboard and splash black for these two or whatever. We'll see. Still have 2 packs to go. Still need to have our Oath of Druids. Let's just hope no one else has the idea of picking up Oath. Usually it's a card that's goes very late, but you can't always hope for that. That's why I need a backup plan. Like I need artifacts. I need Kokari Signet by far. Like that card is definitely a slam. Like it fixes green, it fixes black. Definitely a card I want here. Plus it's an artifact. Like Tezzeret with artifacts, insta picks. Brainstorm also allows me to reshuffle these, so I still need shuffle effects. I still need mana fix to be honest. Like more mana fix. Grave Crawler, I guess. Like this is a backup plan, like Serendip Efreet, Grave Crawler, man. Can't even pronounce the word anymore. It's getting late, I guess. It's actually only 6 p.m. in the evening. Well, 6 p.m. Are you sure that's in the evening? Yeah, that was actually stupid. That was like 6 p.m. and then in the evening. PM is always in the evening. Come on, man. Step up your game. Spike Shuttler last pick? Meh. Not really my cup of tea. So what do I want to open? Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Black Lotus. Although Black Lotus, meh. Sister Recall, probably. I can't really pass that one up. Better Skull is something I would pick. Mind Twist, Mio, Tundrano, Vented Prism. But I mean, I can't pass up on Ancestral. The card is the best card ever. Maybe Black Lotus is better than Ancestral, but I think it's really close. Yeah, not gonna pass this one up. If I get Icicle Scepter to wheel, oh lord, but we'll see. Then we get Tinker. Like we can't tinker out these. We can play Baleful Strix or Kiora. I actually like Kiora, but like Tinker is also really strong. We still need a good artifact creature then though. I don't think any of these will wheel. Like Tinker definitely won't wheel. Kiora is pretty good, but that would mean I have to play green. And it's not that great in this format to be honest. Maybe Baleful Strix is a bit better because it's an artifact. There's also ultimate prize as removal. Or I can just pick up Tinker. I think it's early enough to pick up Tinker, but like we need another creature then. And Kiora is just another good win condition. Or Baleful Strix for Tezzeret. Baleful Strix is probably better if I do not find anything else. Like Necromancy is pretty weak with these two. Kiora, Baleful Strix, Tinker. Let's go for the Baleful Strix. Birthing Pod, pretty useless. Snapcaster Mage seems pretty strong in my deck. Given that we can Snapcaster Ancestral. So I think that's the pick here. Although there is also Izzet Signet meh. There's Relic, which is okay. But I think Snapcaster is just good enough. Snapcaster, broken stuff. As much as I like Bio, given that it fixes, I think I like Dimmer Signet a bit more just because it's an artifact. There's also Animate That, but you can't really reanimate any of these two. This actually stops my reanimation, huh? There's also Tooth-and-Nail, like Tooth-and-Nail for these two, but then that's the green one. I think Dimmer Signet is better, and maybe Tooth-and-Nail Wheels. We're definitely early game here. Just need to fix up my late game, which is basically Out of Roots. Finding Out of Roots is all I need. Or, yeah, you can't reanimate these. I mean, if I cut these two and channel, our deck should still be okay. There's Upheaval, which I like. Do I like it over Garruk? I think I do. I think Upheaval is a strong enough card. Like, even if I go aggro, then Upheaval will be played. And it's really good if I can accelerate into things. There's Sundering Titan. We didn't pick up a Tinker, right? But, I mean, it's a good card to get. Is it better than Crucible? By far. Is it better than Mystical Tutor? Yeah, probably. So Sundering Titan this. If we picked up Tinker, then this would be a great target. But we didn't. We're definitely lacking in the creature end. But I mean, if you don't play really big things with Oath, then we can cut these two and still keep Sundering Titan as late game card. Or as an animation target. It's very unlikely Tinker Wheels, right? There's no way. Graveclawer has no use for me at this point. There's Thoughtseize versus Jace versus Brain Freeze. Do we go the combo route? There's Thoughtseize, Jace, Brain Freeze, Force Spike. Jace is definitely a good one to draw cards, but it's not a game winner again. There's Drowned Catacombs as fix. There's Brain Freeze as a kill condition. There's Thoughtseize as disruption. I think Jace is a bit better than the Brain Freeze. I'm not a man that usually wins on cards like Brain Freeze, so I don't think this deck will do that either. This pack is pretty trash. Let's pick up the Lodestone just because it's an artifact. We can find it with Tezzeret. It's another reason why Sundering Titan would be solid, by the way. And here we have the Isochron Scepter, which I'll definitely take. Like, we have 1, 2, 3 really good targets for it already, and we might even pick up a 4th at one point. This with Ancestral, like, how can you lose at that point? Maybe decking yourself, huh? Like how I did last cube. That was fun, by the way. I mean, it's cool for the guy that won, but I shouldn't have made that mistake, I guess. Like, I probably should have. Like, even drawing 7 was fine, but I probably should have drawn 7, Thirst for Knowledge, kept open 2 black, and then hymned him, which probably would have won mid game there. Grand Architect isn't really what I want. Woodland Cemetery, you know, it fixes. Might as well play it. So still no Oath of Druids, which means we'll be stuck without Note, which pretty much sucks for us. There's Relic, which we'll play. I mean, it is a good target for Tezzeret. Bayou, yeah, sure. I mean, fixing this seems solid, though we might not want it, you know. But I mean, there's a Garruk. Is it better than Memory Jar? I think it is. Diagraph Goal. It's not a zombie. But like, we have what 1, 2 really good targets to channel out. So I think even if we don't have reanimation or something, we're gonna keep these two just to channel it, and then find enough fix to actually be able to cast channel early. And Brain Freeze actually as a last pick, like, we still have that option then, although I probably don't want to do so. But for now, like, Progentis is out, Diagraph Gold and Graveclawer is out, so that's 3 out. That's actually 23 cards. Him is probably out. Brain Freeze is probably out, so we have like 2 slots left. Necromancy is probably out. Like, I'll put this to the side because you can't reanimate these. There's a Jace, there's a Watery Grave, there's a Necropotence, there's Natural Order, which I can't play. There's also a Signet and Remember Lapse. So this is an interesting one. There's also Wormcoil Engine, which might be the pick just because it's an artifact. It is a good one. I think it's actually a bit better than Jace. Yes, I like this card. I don't like it enough to pick it over Wormcoil, I think. So let's go for the Wormcoil. Let's cut some cards that I think won't be played, so Progenitus is out. There's Impulse, Rifting Cloudscape, Sylvan Library. There's also Llanowar Waste and Underground River. Like one of those two very likely wheels. So is then Impulse or Rifting Cloudscape better? That's the question. Or we can pick this and hope this wheels. Or pick this and hope this wheels. Because these two wheeled. But in that case I think I want Impulse. Impulse is another good target under Icecrown Scepter. That's another reason. Cryptic Command, yeah. Definitely better than Sword of Body and Mind for me. Probably better than Living Dead or this. So I'm gonna go for the Cryptic Command. Would like that Overgrown Tomb wheeled, but well, we don't know yet. So him is to the side, Brain Freeze is to the side. These are 25 cards. This and this to the side. Yeah, this actually is a deck I would play, like with a bit more fix, I think. Jit is also to the side. I know it seems weird to put Jit to the side, but I think it's not strong enough. We're actually basically just splashing black for Tezzeret, Garruk, and Belfastrix apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 artifacts seems sufficient. We could also cut a relic if we have like other really good artifacts. Shardless Agent is an okay one. I mean, after all, it does find these. It's an artifact. So yeah, Welder would be a nice addition to the deck, but can't really afford running that. I think Shardless Agent is definitely better than a relic, but I mean, these are 23 cards. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is sorcery, right? Yeah. 4 targets for Icecrown. But I mean, Ancestral on its own, underneath it, or Counterspell is game breaking. Plus you can make it a creature. Like you don't necessarily need to imprint anything under it. Just make it a creature. Like Into the Draw would be a nice one, although I don't know if it's actually in the format. Upheaval doesn't look that great in my deck, just because we don't really have that much acceleration. We only have 2, so maybe Upheaval is out. Although I really do love the card. Maybe I love the card a bit too much. Augur, Sheoldred. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think that's enough to pick up an Augur. I think Sheoldred is a bit stronger. Like probably play this over Upheaval anyway. And I'm still not sure about the Garruk, by the way. It does kill planeswalkers and creatures, and it makes creatures, so it does provide a clock. But it's just so expensive, 7 mana. If you want to be casting 7 mana spells, it should be have an immediate effect and win you the game. Which this really doesn't. I think Compulsive Research is the better card here. It does draw me cards. So let's pick up that one. Yeah, probably like don't play Upheaval, but we'll see. I mean, Thirst for Knowledge would also be a really good one to have. Snapcaster Mage, huh? How many creatures do we run? 9, and 4 of them are pretty late game. Man, imagine having Channel turn 1, 2, and then going Wormcoil into Kozilek or something, or Kozilek into Wormcoil, or Kozilek into Sundering Titan, destroy your opponent's 2 lands, be at 2 life, and then hope to win. And then get burned out. Reanimate, not really what I want. I think Sour is a bit better. Sour of Temptation. So let's pick up that one. So we have two cards, 3 cards, too many. We can pick up this one. It's definitely better than the other ones, to be honest. And it fixes to get the bio. Like, we'll play this over the swamp. Just because it can get a bio. And that allows me to play Channel and Shardless Agent. There's also Overgrown Tomb, which I wanted to wheel, and the Painlands. I don't know the name of it. Why do I always start recording after eating? Like, for some other reason, when I eat, I have to go to the toilet. Like, it's that bad. And every single time we end up at this situation, I really need to go. I think Trigon Predator is a bit better than Azorius Signet, although Azorius Signet is an artifact. So we already have two. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we have enough. Let's go for a Predator and look at it as a sideboard card, as hate against artifacts and enchantments, which you usually need in this format. Still need to cut cards. Like three cards need to go. Which ones though? So Llanowar Ways does wheel. Definitely slam that one. Next one had the Overgrown Tomb. So then we had 5 fix for like 2 cards. 3 cards to be honest, but like 2 early cards. Those channel will then be we have 6 fix then. So maybe cut Relic, although it is an artifact. Upheaval. Overgrown Tomb? Man, someone's here is slow. Like, look at it, 44, 44, I'm still at 40. Overgrown Tomb, thank God. Man, look at it, like, people passing these so late allows us to splash green. We have 6 fix for these green cards, and I do think I want channeling. Like, just having channel call like seems broken enough to keep in your deck. And I don't think I needed anything else, so I'll pick like Loam, whatever, and then go, and I'll see you back in deck construction. Give me a small second. Oh man, we have Zealous Conscripts. What the hell is here with hidden cards? Oh, never mind. Oh, so you can hide these? How cool is that? So, definitely don't want Bird Alive, don't want the Zealous Conscripts, and don't want the Jaws Messenger. So these are 27, don't want the Life from the Loam. 26, so 3 more need to go. I think one of these two have to go, and one of these two, like Upheaval and probably Sheoldred or something. Though we don't really have that much against creatures, so maybe Sheoldred is good enough. Maybe both of these are good enough, and just cut the Upheaval. Maybe also the Relic, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 targets. So let's cut the Relic, keep it as a sideboard card. Cut the Upheaval. And then what? I think all of these are strong enough. Shardless Agent, you know, gets these. The only terrible card to hit is Channeling Counterspell. Like all the rest I would cast. Even Icicle Scepter most of the time. So yeah, Shouldered versus Garruk. I do think we want like 5 late game cards. I think that's sufficient. Like 1/8 of your deck is late game card. Plus like 2 of them we can really power out with Channel. And we're splashing black as well. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe Shoulder just because it's a splash. And play 12 islands? Nah. Play at least a swamp, right? A swamp and a forest? Like no way we're playing a forest. But then why would we need to... We have 5, 6, 7 black sources and 6 green sources. I think maybe Shoulder, nah. I think Shoulder is late enough to actually keep in. Phew, what do you got here? I don't think I want to cut an artifact, so even Lodestone Golem is a stay here. Though it's probably the worst one, right? But then we're so often gonna miss with Tezzeret. Like, currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 1/5 of our deck. So with Tezzeret, when you look at 5 cards, you're normally gonna hit, on average at least, once every single time. So I'm really looking at these two. Like I think this is solid enough to keep. Like I always want the counter, Snapcaster, you know, given the power of these cards. Icicle Scepter, given the power of these cards. Plus it's an artifact, so I don't think I want to be cutting in the artifacts. Yeah, I muted my microphone, thank God. So it's really Garruk versus Sheoldred. I think Garruk has a better effect than Sheoldred. Like the mana doesn't matter because they're basically the same given my mana base. So it's either is Sheoldred better or Garruk, and I think Garruk is a bit better than Sheoldred, given that it also kills planeswalkers and destroys creature. This is better against creatures in general, but I think our creature game is solid enough. Like we have Sober, we have Wormcoil Engine. That's it though. Like maybe our creature game isn't solid enough. I already had to cut Upheaval. And Sundering Titan, I think I want to keep it, just because of Channel. Like if I cut Sundering Titan, I want to cut Channel as well. I'm bringing Upheaval again, I think. Upheaval is really good with Channel. Oh man. Why did I not think about that? Yeah, Shoulders is out, I think. And let's add basic lands, see what it suggests. No and no. Very greedy mana base, and I'll see you guys for round 1.